Hello everyone, so in this video I'll be talking about my trip to Sukhothai in Thailand. And Sukhothai is a really interesting and cool historic site slash place in Thailand if you're interested in ancient cultures and sort of archaeology and history. So I was originally on this trip going to Bangkok to for like a few days or a week, and then I wanted to swing over to Sukhothai because I had seen it in a game recently that I was playing called The Great Circle, and it just seemed like a really cool, like nature-filled, ancient culture-y place. So I was like, "Ooh, this seems really interesting." So I ended up going on a bus with one of my Thai friends. So yeah, I recorded all that and I will kind of show you all the things I saw and did in Sukhothai, Thailand. Alright, so like when I got there, this is the bus station in Bangkok, kind of getting ready to go on the trip. So the bus ride like was around 9 hours. Like I think it can go from like 6 to 9 or 10 hours from Bangkok to Sukhothai, but yeah, it was overall pretty chill. I mean, the bus was comfy enough. I think we did like during the day, but by the time we got there, it was night, and thankfully we had some blankets that they gave us. But passing through some like small towns, like it got a little bit more rural until we got to the hotel. This is the place we stayed at. It's called Sukhothai Garden. I'll put a link in the description. But then yeah, we went to just get some food, like since we hadn't eaten pretty much all day during the bus ride. So yeah, this is like the outdoor patio, and we got like some bikes that we were able to take with us to the Sukhothai Historical Park. We got here, had to get a ticket. It wasn't too expensive, like pretty cheap overall. And then we got to go in. So the first site we got to see was Wat Mahatat, which is actually probably the most important site here. It was sort of the spiritual and political center back in the Sukhothai kingdom. The architecture is really fun. They have these like elephants that have lost their noses, sadly. And then they had all these seated Buddha statues. This is like the kind of central stupa, like looks kind of weathered over the ages, but there's so many of these kind of pillars that are lined kind of going along the next to the stupa. But yeah, there's a lot of these like Buddha statues. So yeah, we just sort of walked around Wat Mahatat for a little bit more. It was early in the morning, so it was just kind of, we were taking our time. And then after that, we sort of, this is like one of the sitting Buddhas that you can find in the grounds for Wat Mahatat. And yeah, it was just like a nice kind of stroll through right off the bat. And then we went to Wat Si Sawai, which is kind of like distinctive for those three kind of Khmer style prongs or prangs, however you say it. They're basically like tower spires. And yeah, this architecture is all influenced by, there was like an earlier Khmer Empire before Sukhothai, and there's not much left of it, of course, but I still think it's really cool just to go up to these spires. And then there was this like kind of hidden secret, I don't know what this was. It's like sort of a ground underneath the spires that if you look up, there were some crows and pigeons up there. So yeah, it was kind of like just exploring the ruins, going in some of these open areas that were within the actual spires. And that's me just being dumb, and then wearing my hat I got at the market. So yeah, that was Wat Si Sawai. It was really fun. It's like next to this lake, which we were riding our bike around, so got to just kind of like walk through. So yeah, this lake area was really, really nice to walk around, and it's really good for photos. And these are some ruins of a small temple over here. When you see Wat in the kind of signs. Wat just sort of means like temple or monastery. So, and this, I really like this area. It's really pretty for photos. You could see like there's like a couple on the bridge here taking some pics, but it's really nice in the morning. The reflection of the temples on the water is really pretty to take photos of. And if you walk across, you can see that if you walk across the lake, there's actually a connection to Wat Sassy, which there's my friend I. And then, yeah, Wat Sassy is here is this kind of bell-shaped spire, which is kind of on a bit of an island surrounded by the water. So I think this is like one of the more like picturesque spots in the park. I think there was a lot of like tourists taking photos in the little kind of gazebo-y areas, and then it's pretty fun to walk around in because you can go to the main little area on the island here and up the steps and see all these pillars next to the main bell-shaped spire. And then there's this really pretty Buddha statue here. It's kind of got this white paint to it, or it's just like a very light colored, so it like was preserved in an interesting way. And then, yeah, there's another sort of bridge across like to this other section of the island. It's like a little patch of grass, which has a few kind of little gravestone type things going on, and then this like platform up here, which is nice to take photos too. You get this kind of panoramic view of the island for Wat Sassy, as well as just the lake and the surrounding waters. So yeah, Wat Sassy was really pretty, and this is sort of like the area around it. We're riding our bike away. So yeah, that was pretty much Wat Sassy. And then after that, we passed by the shrine, which people were doing a little bit of worship and giving thanks. And then we came to the king's sort of like statue area, where there was some kind of fortune stuff as well as like worship things to purchase. And yeah, this is the statue. I had to take off my shoes, which was like pretty nice to just have this like little break in the middle of the day to give some thanks and just pay some respects. And then yeah, we put the oil in the burner and sort of lit some incense, and we got some flowers to just give thanks, pay our respects to the king, who sort of created the Thai language. So he's kind of an important figure in Thai history. It took us a few times to like actually get the incense lit because there was like a wind. But yeah, it was really pretty, all the flowers and everything that people were offering to the just the site here with the statue, and the area in front of it was pretty with all these trees and little lake area, or it's like a pool, I guess. And yeah, there was this little fortune sort of area next to this bell, which was nice. And then yeah, that was sort of I guess some people see that first thing when they arrive at the park, but for us it was a little bit like later in the day for our first day here. And we passed this one temple. I think it's Wat Chana Songkram. It has this like really tall bell-shaped spire and has these nice little I guess like foliage kind of landscaping that you can like go on this little walk through. And yeah, we came out of there, and there was another shrine here that I walked up, and yeah, the steps were actually pretty tall. Like going up these were kind of an exercise, so that was fun. And going in the ruins here, I think there used to be, when I was looking at some of the signs, there used to be there's a foot there. If you see the foot, that used to be the base of a big statue that was inside. And I guess it was like raided or pillaged or something by people. So, and here's Wat Sarasik, which was one of my favorites. It had these really big elephant statues coming out of the main spire in the middle, and these were preserved pretty well for like how long it's been. It was kind of nice to see these elephants. So yeah, that was one of my favorite little spots in the whole park. And then we passed by a bit more ruins, and we were on our way to this sort of lake area here that had this long bridge to walk across, and there were some kind of a big space of ruins and just kind of like open field across the bridge. And they had a really cool sort of imprinted old statue over here that was sort of like what caught my eye to want to come to check this area out. You can see here it's like this used to be a big statue, but it was like defaced or like pillaged. Might have been, might have had like valuable like ornamentation that was like robbed by robbers, or it could have just gotten weathered a lot by time. I'll have to double check and put that in the video here, but yeah, it was nice to just these sort of like spires. A lot of them you could walk within. So yeah, this shows you kind of how big it used to be and what it used to look like. The grounds used to be a lot more built up. Like if you go to Athens and check out the Parthenon and see any like original renderings of how it used to look, you'd kind of get a sense of what things used to look like. So that's always nice. And then we went to get a little bit of food for lunch before just hanging out. And then later that day we went to the night market sort of by the lake. And yeah, there was like some good stuff. They had like smoothies and different like fresh fruits and like local vendors selling different things. I ended up, I think, getting a smoothie or something, and then we got we might have got like malotong if I remember correctly. But yeah, here's where like I got a little smoothie, and then yeah, we got some food and some of these like kind of bread things. I'll have to look up the name of those and put those in the video. But yeah, then the next day we went and got some Sukhothai noodles, which is like kind of like the famous local sort of dish. It's sort of this like sweet and acidic noodles that are locally, like you can get him here locally. So then yeah, we went back to the park on the second day just to check things out again and get more footage. So went back to Wat Mahatat, saw more statues that I might have missed, and just kind of took it in. I think it was nice going back for a second day. Like you can see some of the shots here. I think I was just like a little more calm. I wasn't like as anxious trying to get footage. I just sort of was able to take things in and like enjoy them with my friend I. So yeah, I think just overall, like actually it was lucky because on that day there was this like little outdoor market near Wat Sasi, if I remember. So yeah, we got a little bit of like food here. Can't remember exactly what we got. I guess we were looking at like chicken or whatever this is. Oh no, it was like some fried stuff. I like honestly like watching this again. I can't remember what we got, but I feel like we got some fruit. Oh yeah, we got some fruit. So yeah, some like little wrap things. So yeah, the sun was going down like later, and it was really pretty near Wat Sasi. Like if you look at the palm trees coming through and the reflection on the water, I thought that was like so pretty. The sunset was just beautiful here. And then we like after this we went to Wat Mahatat again for the sundown, but near Wat Sasi was really pretty. Like just chilling, watching the sunset, the birds like pass by over the sun. It was really nice. And yeah, things were getting dark. So before we went back on our bikes, passed by Wat Mahatat a little bit, because I wanted to get this shot of this sort of this like sitting Buddha, this really big sitting Buddha against the backdrop, like this kind of shot here. I was like trying to get with the spire in the background. So, and then the sunset was just really pretty. So, also I think online I'd seen that sometimes they have some like a lights on the grounds of Wat Mahatat, like colorful lights and things. So they didn't have it this time, but I was like kind of like wanting to see if it would happen because I saw some photos on Google. But the shots were really pretty. Just enjoying the view. I would say like overall, like coming at this time of day, like sunset at the park was probably the prettiest time to go, because the lighting against all the ancient spires and ruins was really, I don't know, it was beautiful. So yeah, the shadow effects were pretty cool against the contrast of the sunset. So yeah, we sort of just chilled there for a little bit, enjoyed kind of the sun going down, and yeah, got a few more nice shots. And then yeah, we got some, this is in the morning, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. We wanted to go feed the monks. So we went on the bridge here where there's like the temple where the monks kind of like stay at. And this is sort of like, traditional thing people used to like to do when they come here. There's a really cool, sect of monks that live here still in Sukhothai today. So we went to the market in the morning and got some food for them to feed, or to like, give them for food. I'm sure being a monk, like, it's like you don't really work, so you need you need food to survive. So yeah, we gave them a gift to show some appreciation and to just kind of give thanks to them for their the sacrifice they're making to live like monks. I thought about like becoming a monk at some point. Like that would be cool to live in like the Himalayas as a monk or something. Seems fun. But yeah, we sort of dropped off our package to them, and they were honestly getting some hauls. Like if you see how much they got, like if like they get this happens like I think every day, like in the morning. So yeah, I'm happy for them that they're like pretty well taken care of, thankfully. So that was really fun. So yeah, we bought a lot. Like we bought enough, hopefully, to have enough offerings for a number of monks. Like because you can see there's like at least like 5 to 10 monks that are living here in their orange robes. So that was cool. And then after that, we lit this, or I mean, we poured this like ceremonial water into this cup, and I'm just realizing this is a really long shot of this like water. And so yeah, we brought this over and poured it into this like tree that is pretty. It has like a spiritual meaning to the local people. So yeah, that's part of the sort of ritual to give thanks and take part in that. So that was my trip to Sukhothai. It was really fun, and I loved all the kind of ancient and spiritual and really historic temples and sites that you can see in the historical park. And it's a very small place, but I think it's really eye-opening, I think, if you go